What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video and thank you for joining me. My name's Jesse and today we're taking a look at a care package that Saddleman has sent me. We've got the ultimate comfort and a very cool custom piece. Let's get into it. So as you guys know, I am a big fan of Saddleman seats. I've been rocking them for years now. They're extremely comfortable, their build quality is second to none, and they just look so damn good on a motorcycle. Saddleman does a really good job of not only making sure that they're comfortable, but they fit and flow with the lines of the motorcycle so well. I've never seen a bad body gap or anything like that with a Saddleman seat. Sometimes those things are overlooked by other seat manufacturers. You'll see a big body line between the seat and the tank, or the seat and the side cover. You'll see frame. That's just not for me. For the money that you spend on a motorcycle seat that you're gonna have around for years, not just for you, but possibly a passenger as well, you want to make sure that you're going with the best option. So my goal with this video today is share with you some of the new seats that Saddleman has sent me. They've sent me a custom one for the Dyna, and we have a road sofa for my 24 Road Glide. I'm also going to compare that with my TRLS step-up seat that I have from them because there are some significant differences between the two. And I'm gonna explain why I think you should really have both. I wanna start things off by talking about the road sofa and road glide, since that is going to be the bulk of this video. We leave for Sturgis in 2 days, and this is going to be the seat that I'm bringing, so I kinda want to introduce it to you guys and tell you my thoughts on it, right? From there, we're gonna switch gears and take a look at my custom tuck and roll step-up for my 01 Dyna Lowrider. So you may be wondering why I'm going with the road sofa after I told you guys that the step-up is so comfortable. To be quite honest, Saddleman offered to send me out a road sofa when I ordered my step-up from them. And I told them to hold off. I wanted to do a long trip on that seat just to show you guys that I do think it's that comfortable and to really be able to say, personally, that I enjoyed it. We ended up doing 4,200 miles on our Arizona Bike Week trip, 6 states, did a 650 mile day, a 750 mile day, a 10-hour day, so I put some serious seat time in on it and I did enjoy it. My only motivating factor for wanting to go with a road sofa is actually for my girlfriend. We leave for Sturgis in 2 days and the passenger pillion is much wider and more comfortable on the road sofa. It's softer, there's more material, it's like way wider. We went with the passenger gel, so she's going to be very, very comfortable on here, which was important to me. This is gonna be almost probably 2.5 week trip, and I don't wanna have her unhappy on the back, because that's just, you can picture how that's gonna end up, right? She's gonna have the tour pack with the armrest, the stage 2 speakers, living like a queen on this road sofa. I'm gonna have the backrest. What more could you want? Now you may have noticed that I do not have these seats in boxes, and I do already have them set up. When I say set up, all it really is putting on the seat mounting bracket. You have to flip it around, 2 screws, little blue Loctite, that's personal preference, and that's all there is to it. The reason that I decided to open these up ahead of time is I wanted to start putting miles on these seats and get them broken in and comfortable. This road sofa already has over 1,000 miles on it and it is comfortable. I've heard some people say that you don't need to break them in. I've felt the seat get more comfortable over 1,000 miles. That's how it's been for all of my other seats, so do what you will with that information. There are some key differences between the road sofa and step-up that I think you should be aware of before you make your purchase. The road sofa is only a little bit wider than the step-up, so that's not gonna be something that's too noticeable, but it is softer. What that ends up resulting in is you sitting lower in the seat. When you sit on it, you squish down in it, and your bars get taller, your windshield gets taller, so those are all things to consider, right? If that's something that you like, you'll like this seat. The seat also sits you almost a full 2 inches further back. I was unaware of that. I figured if I only ordered the regular one, just like with the step-up, they should be about the same distance, right? Not true. The road sofa definitely sits you almost 2 inches further back, measuring at 16 inches to here, with the step-up being about 14 inches. According to their website, that also is evident. When you're on the Saddleman website, you can go down and look and actually see those measurements, and it is, I believe, either 1.5 inches or 2 inches. So that's something to be aware of. It's at me further back, so now my arms are a little straighter on the bars. It does allow my legs to be a little bit less than 90 degrees, with my feet comfortably on the floorboards, so that is nice for those longer rides. So there are some differences, right? This seat is set up to long distance tour comfortably. This step up is designed to sit you a little bit closer, more into the bars, a little bit higher up, get you in that aggressive stance. So that's something to keep in mind. If you set your bar setup to where you sit on the seat, you may end up wanting to make some changes. I'm actually considering now switching out from the regular step up to their long leg step up that sits me, what, 1.5 inches, 2 inches further back, so that I'm sitting the same distance as the road sofa. So I hope that tidbit of information helps at least one of you out. Other than that, you're gonna have your very standard high quality stuff from Saddleman. You've got your fiberglass seat pan, you've got nice carpet finish, rivets instead of staples, which I really, really appreciate. Overall, just a very clean, well-designed seat. I'm gonna bring you guys in, show you what the step up looks like on the Road Glide. We're gonna throw this guy on and see how it looks. So hopefully you guys have already seen my video on this step up because it is pretty sweet. I'm not gonna spend any time really talking about this guy. And there you have it. Let's grab the backrest. Just slip it right in, and you are living like a king. Pair that with a tour pack, and you have the ultimate touring setup. If I'm just doing a long ride during the day with the girlfriend and I don't feel like rocking the backrest, if I still want to kind of have a good sporty look, get it out of there. It's not half bad. If I'm riding by myself, I will still opt for the step up, just because it is just such nice clean lines for the bike without the wider hips. But if this keeps the girlfriend happy on the back, I'm happy. So as you can see, as I mentioned, we do have a little bit less of a knee bend being sat further back, and we do have a little bit straighter arm setup from our bars, whereas the step up has us more, you know, something like that, right? Because it's also a little bit taller. So this is about where you're at with a step up, right? So really nice, comfortable position here. I can go all day like this. That backrest, just really nice being able to just like one hand and really get into it there. Be able to stretch my back out, still be able to move around on the bike. I can completely remove it with just a quick pull if I decide I just want to throw it in the saddlebag. So I like having that option. The one option that I decided to skip over when doing this road sofa build was the heated seat option. Saddleman does offer it, just so you guys are aware. I decided I did not need it because I already wear heated gear during the winter, so I'm already warm. I got my pants, my jacket, my gloves, so I'm good there. If you guys are still with me, thank you so much. It's time to take a look at my custom tuck and roll step up. Look at that beauty right there. Even in its most basic form, Saddleman step up seats just look so good. We've gone with the tuck and roll and the X gripper here to really set it off, and for a completely custom touch, Saddleman has added the Off-Wheat Garage logo. I could not believe how well they were able to detail this logo. Look at the fins on the engine next to my regular ass sized finger. That is crazy that they were able to get so much detail into this logo. Look at how good this seat looks on this Dyna. It completely transforms it. I mean, the thing's rough around the edges. We all know that. And a new seat like this, following the tank lines right into the fender, custom logo, come on. All right, you guys, I hope you couldn't tell, but I am absolutely exhausted. I've got 2 sleeps until Sturgis, work tomorrow, a ton to get done, no time to do it. I've got to kick you guys out. I'm sorry I wasn't able to get any glory shots of the seat on the Dyna, but you will see that in future videos. It's getting really late, and I just want to have a video to get you guys out this Thursday, since the following 2 Thursdays, I won't have any videos because we'll be on the road and at Sturgis. We're leaving July 30th, and we're intending to arrive at Sturgis August 4th and stay through the 10th. I say intending because the weather is absolutely nuts right now. If you haven't seen it on the news, there is a Derico, I believe, weather pattern coming through all of the northern United States along North Dakota, South Dakota, Montana, Wyoming, Just crazy, 100-mile-an-hour winds, rain, thunder, lightning, hail, just picking up roofs off of houses, flipping trailers over. So I hope everyone that's already on the road to Sturgis makes it safely, whole with, you know, all of your possessions, and just, you know, the best outcome for everyone. We all just want to get there safely and have fun. So thinking of all of you, and please think of all of us that are going, and hopefully I hope it's a good trip, because we wait all year for this, right? So make sure you guys are subscribed so you guys can catch all the action. If we are there on August 4th, the 5th, we will be on the Thrashing Ride. The 6th or 7th, I'll be getting my bike dyno tuned by Aaron Peterson from Thunder Valley Cycle at the JMP tent. I'll also be doing an interview with the owner of Impact Wiring Solutions, Ben, and then obviously also chit-chatting with a bunch of other people, Steve from GMR, and whoever else is around. So that'll be that. Gonna be meeting up with my friend Fat and Furious, checking out his Carbon Glide, and obviously doing some incredible riding. So a lot coming up. I cannot wait to share it with you guys when I do get back from the trip. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below. Wish us luck. Give us ideas for routes. We're planning on 90 over, maybe drop down through Wyoming, but all that's going to be dependent on weather. I will catch you guys in my next off week.